All right, folks, we got a little bit of a different video this week. I haven't gotten much of anything done at all this week because we've been just really busy at work. We got a bunch of shows going on. In fact, today is Sunday and I'm actually between, there's a show going on right now. I went there this morning, built it, left, and then I'm gonna come back and take it down tonight. So I still have some things to do, but I got a few hours at home and I'm going to pack for what we're doing this week. Instead of working on my house, I'm gonna go off to St. Louis and help Caleb over at his house. He's doing a bunch of electrical work, so I'm gonna help him pull cables and get ready for his electrician to actually make the connections and all that kind of stuff. So the first thing we do is hop out to the garage, grab some tools, and we gotta pack up some other stuff so we can get ready to go out to St. Louis on Tuesday. All right, so the inside of the garage is a mess. I have just been kind of dumping stuff in here instead of actually cleaning properly. So I got a couple toolboxes. So I'm gonna fill it with a bunch of hand tools. I'm gonna grab a bunch of tools from inside the house. Caleb's doing a full-on restoration of the house. He's not doing a remodel or a rehab or whatever like I'm doing. So that means no drilling whenever possible. So if we need to pass a wire through somewhere, we'd rather run it further through existing holes or enlarge an existing hole and run it that way than run the optimal way and drilling a bunch of new holes. That's actually, I believe he had to let go a electrician because the guy just wanted to drill and cut and do whatever he wanted to do. So we're trying to avoid that. So I'm grabbing tools to allow us to do that. Some things like this, these super long pliers will help us get cables through holes and stuff like that. I'm gonna see if I can grab a fish tape from work. If not, I'll pick one on the way up there. I need one anyway. And so we're gonna grab a bunch of tools. I will bring some drill bits and stuff, but nothing crazy. Like I said, we'd rather enlarge an existing hole. I have some new clips. I'm gonna take a bag of those out there, that'll wire holders. I intend to use them in the basement. But it's easy to order more, no big deal. And there's a few other things we're gonna grab from here. But we're gonna be just running the cable between the breaker box, the rooms, and the junction boxes. We're not gonna be making any actual connections. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna grab tools for that. And then I need to pack clothes and a few other things. And we should be off on the road. I'm about halfway to St. Louis, taking 2-lane roads. I spent 1 million miles driving semi-trucks. I've seen all these interstates, so I like to take 2-lane roads when I'm traveling now. So should be there this afternoon, and I think we're grabbing some pizza and stuff tonight, and then we'll start working on the house tomorrow. But I guess we'll figure out all the plans when I get there. Hey, so we made it to Caleb's house. This place looks a lot bigger in person than it does on film. It's really neat. We'll walk up, greet the man. It's a beautiful knocker here.
Hello. Oh,
hey,
John, how you doing, man?
How's it going, man?
Come on in.
This place is gorgeous.
I'm telling you.
Super neat.
Cameras don't always do it justice, you know?
Not even close. Oh, this is gonna be fun to work on, man.
Oh yeah, you know, all my badness in here. Fun thing is going to be for us to try to figure out how to wire the medallions, but who knows if we'll quite get to that this week or not.
I look forward to that challenge.
Oh yeah.
Hey everyone, so we're in Caleb's house. I took the tour yesterday. Beautiful house. We're gonna start in this room up here. Hold on a second.
So one of the areas that can be a bit more brutal because I don't care as much.
It's no matter how many times I see stick and lath, the first thing that pops in my mind is Looney Tunes cartoons.
Tom and Jerry in the walls.
Yeah. All right, so we're taking a picture inside the wall to see if we can see if there's a fire block in here that'll stop us from fishing a wire. That looks pretty open, man. Oh wait, that.
Look at all the ghosts. No.
I think that looks pretty open.
Yeah, it seems to tuck to one side, which should be that back. No, it should be this side of the wall. I wonder if that's tucking all the way up there though, or if that's the fire break there and it's just higher because of this.
Could be. Let's grab the fish tape. Yes.
On purpose?
No. That's what I was grabbing the pliers for, so I could grab it before it fell through. got it.
Hell yeah. Not exactly sure how. Doesn't really matter.
We got yellow.
Oh, there we go.
All right, it's one less hole. Well, it's not on a joist.
So it went through.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We're good. All right, so we've got power fished from here up to the room up above. So then we can just go to the floor to get to that light up there. That's this line here. This line is going down here. We're gonna put a box there. And we got another line going over there to an outlet. So there's gonna be outlet there, and now we're going under the floor, and we're gonna ultimately have an outlet right over there by that hole. But we can use these insulator holes to pull our cable through, so we don't have to drill holes, which means we only have to pull up one board instead of two. And then down here, we're just gonna be able to make a turn and go that way and that way to get to the other box that's over there. That's the plan. Let's see if it all works out. So we have this one run done here. You can see it underneath the edge of the wood. It kind of comes out and pops out here. Basically where that little box is sitting is where it's gonna live. It's gonna be, you know, maybe an inch out from the walls, but it'll live right there. And then we just, Kaleb by himself will run one underneath here to that corner in the box. But right now we're gonna attempt to run from here to that corner where he's gonna cut out the floor where another one of these boxes needs to go. This should be completely open, maybe a couple X braces in the way, and there's some pipe for the old gas lighting. Hopefully that's not in the way. But it should be a fairly simple straight run to get from there. And then our next move would be get from there to here in the floor and then go this way so we can have another outlet right there. And so the power will jump from there to there to there so we minimize the number of connections in the boxes themselves. So I need to get myself one of these tools because as you guys can see, it produces significantly less dust than I make when I'm making cuts with my angle grinder.
Well, this thing is awesome, man. I love it.
So what we're doing here is we want to put the box underneath this beam, which places it here. The problem is all the wood here that's next to it runs way past the bay that we want to go into. This one ended right at the joist we need to, so we cut it here to match this one, and hopefully we can just pull out this one piece of wood and then drill our holes through our joists, which all run this way. And then we'll be able to fish the wire down and over to that box. Move sideways, that's a good sign. You got another thing to stick under there? Okay. Move it further down behind. Yeah.
Here, just let me get these in there. That'll do it.
Okay, I'm gonna drop it right now. Ta-da! Right on the joist. It's like magic.
Oh, I've been able to find those. Not too bad.
Here's your tongue if you want it.
Yeah, you might as well pop it out of there. Because we're on the other side of there, how are we going to be able to catch it? cutting back through?
I think we're just pop the hole in here and just kind of feed it this way.
Okay.
And try to do the same thing basically we did with the outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's drill a couple holes. All right, so the next step is to work on lighting up this beautiful staircase area. And we need a switch on every floor because we want all the stairway to light up on a single switch, flip the switch. So the first switch is gonna be here. And this would be relatively easy because we can run straight down into the basement and then over to the panel in the basement. But we need to run from this switch up the stairs to a switch on this wall. So we're probably gonna run down the basement, back down, across underneath the door, and then up the wall. So this switch. And then from there, we need to get to another switch upstairs. That switch is up here by that sconce that's hanging on the wall. And then from there, that'll be our last switch in the system. Then we're gonna go to a light up here, and that's in this opening in the ceiling. Then we're gonna run back down into this light. And then from that light, we need to run back down the stairs, probably follow a very similar path, past this switch. This floor will be opened up, we'll follow this channel and over to this light. This will be the last light in the circuit. Fairly complex run, but it's totally doable, and I think this cable path will use the least amount of cabling and be the least confusing.
Y'all feel it? Oh.
See anything? You want me to tap on this floor so you know where it is? See it? Boom. So what we're doing is taking all the old switches out of the box, and we're gonna pop the box out of the wall so we can see what direction these wires run, and we might be able to use the wires as a fish tape to pull string through and then pull our cable through, and we don't have to open up the walls as much.
Stand back there, Shaq. Wipe it off.
So the hole we just put in the ceiling is right down here at the bottom, and you can see that little light through. And these wires are pretty easy to pull, so we can use them as strings to get down to that opening, and then we have pretty easy access to everything. Pull one of them. Okay, I'll try for that one. Okay. Yep. That's the right one. So we're pulling cabling from the switch up there, basically to hit this three-way and then this switch. And then we also need power to go to that switch to go above. And we kind of got stuck by a fire block in the wall, so we had to open up this hole here so we can get the cable through. Did I wind up inside the joist?
Don't see anything. I don't think that's possible.
Because I've gone like 3 inches now. Oh, that might be pretty close. Yeah, I think I wound up inside the joist.
I think you might have hit the bracing.
You think so?
That's what I mean. It sounds like you're right there where the braces come up. The lattice work. Yeah, I think that's exactly what you're on. Move 2 inches either way, or 3 inches either way.
To my left or right as I'm looking at the wall?
To your left, 2 inches if you can.
Sure.
Go to the next bay over.
Next bay?
Yeah, if you have to. I think you hit right on that.
I just want to see it.
Well, there's nothing to see.
Going a few inches over. Nope, that's the same thing. How close? I'm gonna try this at an angle. So we got a bunch of wires coming out of here. So this one goes downstairs to the switch that's right below us. This one goes to the switch down here, and it's basically power to power the second set of three-ways. This one is the light right up here. And then we have this one over here, which is the light downstairs by the front door. And then we have the last one, which is the three-ways that goes to the switch. That'll be right up on the wall over there, and that'll control the light up there. That's not there yet. So we got that pretty much, and it runs basically down this wall and under the floor to get upstairs through this, what do you call it, bathroom?
Yeah.
Through this bathroom and into the bedroom upstairs and back to the wall so we can hit that switch in the hallway. And then the other ones run down the floor into the basement to get to the bottom of the hallway below us. All right, so we've wrapped up. We've done a bunch of wiring. There's a small change of plan I mentioned earlier that this whole hallway is gonna be on one switch. We ultimately changed that because we needed to add a switch down there. It's like 90% sure code requires a switch at both ends of this hallway, and that makes it hard to have 4 switches on a single circuit. But we got everything here, and now he knows how to get power. This will be the main jump off point for that room over there. So he knows how to get everything there. We got power. This will be the jump off point for this room. This will be our second switch for the hallway for the three-way setup, and then that runs up. There's some stuff that goes down so we can get underneath the floor over to there. Then we go up the stairs. You do a lot of running up and down these stairs while working on this house. Every day is leg day. But we got everything coming to, this is a kind of important switch box. We got everything coming here that it needs to be. Basically, this is the end of the first three-way chain and the start of the second three-way chain that controls the light up there. And then he's gonna pull up some of these boards so there'll be a channel to get power into this room that we worked on. And this is mostly set. He just needs to make that run from here to there, which would be really easy to do alone. Some of the stuff, like, it would take so much longer to do by yourself. Having a second set of hands just saves so much time. And then we got this one run that runs up here and up to the floor above so we can get to that light up there. We haven't cracked open the floor to do that yet. He'll do that by himself.
That's the part I'm good at.
And we don't have it to this wall yet, but we have the wire up into this room so he can get it to this wall. Basically three-way here on the left and single light over there on the right. So he'll work out how to get that to that wall. Both of them go there to control the light and the sconce on that wall. And then up here, he just needs to, this room, this floor doesn't need to stay as historical as the rest of the house. So he'll be able to come through the floor and go to the center to get to that light up there. And now he also knows how to get power up into these rooms and stuff. So that's where we're leaving things. He's gonna pick up where we left off. I'm gonna go home and edit this video. Talk to you guys later. I'm on the drive home and I told it not to send me down highways, and it's sending me down a bunch of roads like this. This road was dirt for a while. I went over a little tiny bridge that barely fit my car, and it's been much more enjoyable than taking the regular interstate. Should get home tonight, and then I'll recap the video when I get home. In the meantime, I'm going to continue to enjoy these wonderful little tiny roads. Hey everybody, so I made it back home safely last night. It was a good trip. Meeting Caleb and Kim and Caleb's dad and everything was absolutely fantastic. I got home late last night, discovered that the trees decided to drop every single leaf they could while I was gone, or at least they tried to. Last year we had someone collecting leaves, a yard guy. I don't have a yard guy this year, so it's much more noticeable than it was last year. But overall, the trip went well. Caleb is great, absolutely kindest man. Kim is wonderful. Caleb's dad is amazing. The whole trip was fantastic. It was really great to get a look into some of the considerations you have to make when you're doing a restoration versus my place where I'm just doing a remodel, rehabbing, trying to get the place working right. But he has a lot more considerations he has to make for things like something as simple as a light switch. It's not as simple for him as it is for me. I can find what fits my needs perfectly. And we saw that on the channel. Whereas he has to make sure it fits his needs, but also fits the house because he's going for a restoration. So it was kind of neat to see that, kind of participate in that. I'm kind of glad I don't have some of those limitations, although I do have some of my own self-imposed limitations. The goal wasn't to wire the whole house. That was not going to happen in 2 days. It would take an entire crew and people with much more experience than us. But the goal was to go out there and teach him what I know. And I'm not an electrician, but I do work with electricity regularly. As you guys have watched this channel, you've seen me work on this house and get things working. I work with 3-phase power in live entertainment all the time. That's just part of my life. So I understand what's going on, and I understand a lot of the considerations needed in running power in a home. So the idea was to teach him as much as I could, not so much about electricity, but about his specific circuits work and the things he's thinking about or needs to be thinking about when he's running a cable, and the order of things. It'd be really easy to not think about it and go from that light switch downstairs straight to that light and then thinking go to the 3-way in the back. It's not going to work out quite how you planned if you do that. On the first day there, we actually did a tour of another house. There's actually, one of the things I really appreciate about out there is there's a really, really strong community of people who are restoring historical houses out there. And so it's kind of neat. So we ended up going on a tour of a house that was almost 200 years old, and it's currently being restored. And then we had dinner with a bunch of people who are restoring older houses. So it's kind of neat. Their challenges make mine seem like peanuts. I totally appreciate what they're doing. It's super cool, and I hope to get out there and see more houses. I think there's actually a historical tour coming up here, so I might go on some of those. I think one of the neat things to see was the passion that Caleb has for that house and historic houses in general. A lot of the folks, including him, know the history of who was living in what houses when they were living in them. It'd be the equivalent of, if you're a car guy, David Freiberger knows a ton about drag racing and its history. It's very similar with those guys. They're super into their projects and the history behind them. But what we do have coming up is I got more electrical work to do. Next week, I'll show you while I was gone. Someone tried to break into the house. I happened to get all that on camera. I forgot to tell you all a story about nearly blowing myself up with the furnace a couple weeks ago. So I'll share all that with you next week. And please, thanks for watching the channel. Hit the like, the subscribe, all that good, clean fun. And I hope to see you around in a couple weeks.